Anxious attachment is a relationship pattern rooted in a deep-seated fear of abandonment. This fear often originates from early childhood experiences where an individual may have felt neglected or inconsistently cared for by their primary caregivers. As a result, they develop a heightened sensitivity to any signs of rejection or separation in their adult relationships. Individuals with this attachment style often crave closeness and constant reassurance from their partners. They may find themselves in a perpetual state of anxiety, always questioning the stability of their relationships and fearing that their partner might leave them. They might experience intense worry about their relationships, constantly seeking validation and proof of their partner's love. This can lead to behaviors such as frequently checking their partner's messages or social media for signs of infidelity or disinterest. This can manifest as clinginess, jealousy, and a constant need for reassurance. They might become overly dependent on their partner for emotional support, feeling unable to cope with their emotions on their own. One of the biggest struggles for people with anxious attachment is managing their intense emotions. They might feel overwhelmed by fear, anxiety, and insecurity, especially when separated from their loved ones. This can lead to difficulty with self-soothing and an inability to find comfort within themselves. Whereas individuals with an avoidant attachment style excessively self-regulate their emotions by turning inward and avoiding emotional support, those with an anxious attachment style do not self-regulate. Instead, they rely on external regulation, seeking constant reassurance and emotional validation from others to manage their distress. For the anxious attachment, external regulation can lead to difficulty with self-soothing and a tendency to rely heavily on their partners for emotional regulation. The fear of abandonment often leads to people-pleasing behaviors and accepting unhealthy behaviors from partners. Ultimately, the challenges of the anxious attachment stem from a lack of secure self-worth and a belief that love and validation can only come from an external person. This creates a cycle of dependence and insecurity that can be difficult to break free from. However, with self-awareness and the right support, individuals with anxious attachment can learn to develop healthier relationship patterns and build a stronger sense of self-worth. Therapy, self-help resources, and supportive relationships can all play a crucial role in this journey towards emotional stability and healthier connections. Relying on a partner for emotional stability can feel comforting in the short term. It's like having a safety net that catches you when you fall. However, this safety net can become a crutch, preventing you from developing your own emotional resilience, but is ultimately unsustainable and damaging to both individuals and the relationship. Over time, this dependency can create a sense of imbalance, where one partner feels overwhelmed by the emotional needs of the other. When we depend on someone else to manage our emotions, we give away our power and create an unhealthy dynamic. This can lead to feelings of helplessness and frustration as we become increasingly reliant on external validation. Constantly seeking reassurance from a partner can be draining for the receiver and lead to resentment. The partner providing support may feel burdened and unable to meet their own emotional needs. It can also reinforce the belief that we are not capable of handling our own emotions. This belief can erode our self-esteem and make us feel inadequate. This reinforces the cycle of anxiety and dependence, making it harder to develop a secure sense of self. The more we rely on others, the less we trust our own ability to cope with life's challenges. True emotional security comes from within. It's about building a strong foundation of self-awareness and self-acceptance. Learning to self-regulate means developing the ability to manage our own emotions without needing someone else to fix them for us. This involves practices like mindfulness, journaling, and deep breathing exercises. This allows us to approach relationships from a place of wholeness and independence rather than neediness and insecurity. When both partners are emotionally self-sufficient, they can support each other without feeling overwhelmed. By focusing on building our own inner strength and resilience, We can break free from the cycle of anxious attachment and create healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Engaging in self-care activities like exercise, yoga, and spending time in nature can further enhance our emotional well-being.